Okay, greetings everyone, this is First Centurion 753 with the next episode of Geopolitical Simulator 4, Power and Revolution, All Roads Lead to Delhi. India campaign, and we are now still dealing with the famine. We have meetings with Tajikistan, Putin of Russia, and Brazil. These meetings should hopefully be enough to acquire all the food we need to deal with this famine, which is now 51,000 people dead. Ugh. Trying to solve this problem. Let's go ahead and... What the heck was that? Okay, let's go ahead and fire through this. We've gotten into the second quarter. First quarter was really good. Tourism minister issue. Yeah, I hate the cabinet issue. I always ignore those cabinet issues for some reason, and I probably should be paying more attention to them. Meeting with Tajikistan. We're not going to get a lot from this one. This is more to sort of shore up relations with Tajikistan to try to, again, bring them into our sphere of influence, so to speak. There is the Cato trade organization that I'm trying to form, Central Asian Trade Agreement organization, that does not seem to be going well. They're one of the countries, and they were a country that could potentially be a railroad. I was hoping railroads or highways, or pipelines. Pipelines actually is what I was looking for through this country. But again, it is mountains anyways, so it probably would be difficult to actually build pipelines through mountains. They have rice. A little bit of rice, not a lot. It's not really going to help me economically at all. This is much more of a political strategy to, again, like I said, bring them into our sphere of influence by offering them some trade agreements, and they're not coming back at us with a great price, are they? No, that is a horrible price. I'm going to stay low for now. 100,000. Alright, I'll take it. Again, it's a political issue, not a... or it's a strategic issue, not an economic issue. We did get a better price than usual, but that's not a terrific contract. But I am just trying to, again, steer them more towards my direction. Strategic alignment, economic relationship is at 17. Religious authoritarianism, huh? Okay, so just trying. Very nice moral character, no scandals. Just trying to pull them into the sphere of influence a little bit stronger. Not really going too well. Bangladesh was another country I wanted to pull into my sphere of influence. Oh! I was looking at down here. Puntland seems to be doing pretty good. There is some sort of attack that occurred here. Watch out for growth. I think I'm going to try to... Let's send some... Let's create another spy network in Somalia. And we are going to try to approach terrorist groups here. I'll send about 25. We're running out of agents here. Let's send 25. Playing as Somalia. Puntland looks like they're doing pretty good. Playing as Somalia, I know that it's a very difficult scenario. You guys saw the last series. So there's a good chance this country will fragment. So if I can align with this Puntland group, which we're already pretty closely aligned with, if I can support them, maybe if they get independence, they could become a good trade partner. Possibly another country to pull into our sphere of influence. Morale of the consumers is not the best. Purchasing power of the working class is limited. Basic necessities, yeah. Maybe that minimum wage we might need some more minimum wage raises again. Inflation has not gone up at all. Growth is about the same level. Employment's low. This is not bad. I'm not gonna... I don't know if this is because all the deals I've been making, but the inflation has not budged at 9%. So we're gonna keep it where it is for now. And I'm not going to make any moves right now. I don't know if there's no way I can increase purchasing power without stimulating growth. Interest rates are as high as they can go. All right.
No thanks.
I
hope you didn't make me.
Oh, Putin, relax. I thought we were friends. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal ski here. Purchase. What am I buying from them? Oh, sugar beets. Sugar beets. Alright, I need a bunch. I need 30 million tons of sugar beets. Should be enough to satisfy my demand. And then some. Let's see what he comes out with. Oh, beautiful price. We're going to get a good one from Russia. And we can negotiate with these guys for a little bit. Yes, there it is. 61. Beautiful. It's a great price. Okay. And it's a big deal. And it's Russia. Non-aggression pact. Refused. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that one. The next one is Brazil. I tried to give them some aid last time. Doesn't look like I had too much influence on them. Can we finish off the aid to them? Oh, it went up. Famine situation improves. 55 days, declaration of the state of famine in the country. Number of deaths rises, 55. On the other hand, the situation is improving across the country. Good. Famine outcome. Alright, so, one more deal for beef should be enough to lock it in, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this ends the famine. Trying to support Puntland over here. Another thing I wanted to do was control the population too, because there's a huge youth population in this country, and
sure,
I was thinking
very kind
that I want to try to lower the population or population growth. I'll get to that after this deal though. This is a beef deal. We're gonna buy. Make a contract to ensure beef flows in here. I guess India, with such a large population and such a weak agricultural sector, or agricultural sector that's not up to par with the population, food is something that you really need to manage, and these purchasing contracts are very important, probably early on in an India scenario or an India game. So that's just something to keep in mind if anyone out there is interested in playing as India. That's what I would suggest. Be prepared to negotiate for food contracts if that is your scenario. This should cover it. Let's see what type of price we can get. Looks good so far. And we have pretty decent relations with them, so I think I can probably negotiate a number of times. Beautiful. Okay. That should shore up our food for now. One thing I might want to consider is just exonerating a bunch of agricultural sectors. Let's look at a few that do not have big tax revenue. Oh, this isn't where I want to go. Back up. Back up.
You have negotiated a splendid contract
Finally.
that will undoubtedly help improve our economy.
Excellent.
Again, well done.
That's the first time I've gotten a congratulation on one of these purchasing contracts during this game. So I don't know, pork, beef, grapes, apples, sheep, I don't have beef exonerated. Let's exonerate beef. Definitely there. And when it came to pork, why did I have those pork contracts? Who knows why I had those pork contracts? What was I thinking? We have excess pork, which I could probably export, but I'm not going to export any food. No trade deals. I know I contradicted myself earlier in the series. We're going to try to stick away from any sale of food from now on for the rest of the series. Hopefully I don't get crazy. Alright, now immigration. I wanted to deal with this. Maybe control the population a little bit, because there's a large youth population. And I don't want to forbid entrances or exits. Integration policy is already restricted and monitored. Conduct operation to regularize. No, I don't want to do that. Launch a massive operation to accompany illegal immigrants to the borders. Country with a high immigration rate can call on summary measures to tackle illegal flows. Mass deportations is one of the most radical effective solutions, but leaves a lot to desire from a human point of view. So, what about this option? Regulate visas. Right now we have no visas. A visa, tourist visa, an authorization to stay in the country, and that issues such a document. Every visa has an expiration date in which the affected alien must leave the territory or get in contact with competent authorities in order to extend the length of their stay. At any rate, a visa is a tool for immigration control, can be refused to certain nationals who might represent a risk to the country. This might help with the terrorist organization too. Let's just pause this because there's a whole bunch of announcements popping up here. And I'm going to poll on this issue. We seem to have a lot in our party budget. I want to see if this will pass on the right wing. The right wing likes it. And let's go ahead and confirm that. Our party supports it. Controlling immigration. I would probably prefer to do things to regulate fertility, personally, to lower the population growth. Let's look at our population real quick. I was looking at this before, just so you know. Fertility rate is at 2.43. Birth rate is at 18. You know, I would probably personally try to lower these through contraceptives. That would be my personal approach. But being on the right-wing party, I think the better move is to control the immigration, because you'll get party support for that, and so that's how I'm controlling population. That's my attempt to control population. Illegal immigrants are around 3.7 million. Immigration rate out of 1,000 is 0.41, which is a lot in our country, I think, because our country has a pretty big population. There used to be a place where it showed you how many immigrants you actually were dealing with. Exactly. I guess it's just migrant flow. I don't know where that is. Alright, so hopefully regulating tourist visas will pass. Pretty sure it'll pass. Hopefully it'll help control the population. That was at 0.41. Alright, let's see here. Anticipated tensions. Prime Minister, current state policy does not offer us necessary guarantees of freedom and safety. We need a strong signal to reassure and prevent formation of harmful chasm in the nation. We wish more than ever to all live together peacefully. Hindu community leader, what do you want? Abortion. I don't want to be anti-abortion. Anti-same-sex marriage, gay rights. These are all things that would probably control the population. Firearms, they're not into firearms. Women's rights, they're not into that. Physician-assisted suicide, they don't like that. Human rights, they do like, except for those. Single religion, majority religion. Heterosexual. One thing I could do is maybe just support the religion. What does this group look like? They are pretty big. Could I publicly support the religion? Would that offer some sort of concession to them? Establish power with regard to religion. Separation of power. A second, I don't want to change that. Determine the levels of religious freedom. Tolerate. Intensely monitor and restrict outside majority religion. I don't want to do these things. Religion. Publicly congratulate a religion. Let's see how that goes over. Alright, hopefully I'll satisfy you with just a comment. Confidential information, Sri Lanka government secretly finances. Oh, we have justification for war. Oh my. Oh my. We might get a battle just yet. Interesting. I didn't want to do this episode. That is interesting. Where are my military forces? Okay, I haven't looked at my military forces at all in this game. 100,000 soldiers, missile launchers, tanks, commandos. That's a pretty good number of forces there. What do we have here? Commandos, aircraft carriers, submarine, cruisers. Interesting. No air bases in the area, huh? I don't see any air bases. A lot of commandos. Lots of commandos. We can do some commando attack. Maybe. There's our closest air base. $233,000. Now in that Irish imperialism game, something weird happened where I thought I had authorization, or I thought I had a UN resolution to attack whatever country I was attacking. Guinea-Bissau? Or Equatorial Guinea, I think was the one I was attacking. So I thought I had. Can I move this over? Does that work? Just move the satellite? Okay. That's one way we can put ourselves into position. And what if I moved... let's say 133,000 soldiers. Oh, come on. Let's move 133,000 soldiers down there. Let's also send half our missile launchers there. And we'll send all of the level 2 tanks there. And all the commandos there. We'll be a little closer to Sri Lanka. I probably should put some forces there as well. Okay. Sri Lanka's military has 243,000 men. I think I have more. Let's see, just send another 100,000 too. Just so we have enough to make sure we can overwhelm them. Right there, that naval base. Alright, so some redeployment of troops. Where's an aircraft carrier? We've got one aircraft carrier here. Put that into the ocean. And let's have some cruisers accompany it. Right there. We'll send some submarines in there as well.
We are going to violate.
Cancel. Right there. More cruisers. Okay, click on the cruiser. Click on the movement. There we go. 9 cruisers here. Come on. There it is. Alright, so we are deploying some forces into the area, preparing for a possible invasion of Sri Lanka. And the one thing I'm concerned about this is what happened last game. For some reason, I don't know if anyone was watching, for some reason I had the UN authorization to go against Equatorial Guinea as the Irish imperialist, and when I attacked, maybe I declared war the wrong way, but when I attacked, the UN turned against me. And that's what ended that series very abruptly, and I don't want to end this series abruptly at all. But I do want to expand my influence into the Indian Ocean, and some people have been asking about whether or not there's going to be combat or war in this series, and I guess they don't really, not as interested in an economic series, which is probably my primary goal in these games. I do like to play more of an economic approach for development and geopolitical maneuvers. Not huge on fighting war, not for this game at least, because I don't think this game is equipped as a war game really. Combat issues are not really the greatest. Combat interface is not really the greatest. I do like Hearts of Iron, by the way, and I have been playing that, and I'm planning on doing a Hearts of Iron series probably over the summer. I'm thinking about doing like a South African achievement run, because South Africa seems to have the most possible achievements. So if you guys like Hearts of Iron or any other particularly Paradox games, and you want to see me play that in these channels, let me know. If you have any other suggestions for a Hearts of Iron series, I do have the Japanese series that I haven't played in a while. I don't even know if I can still play it with all the updates, but if I can, I'll bring that back, because I was doing pretty good with that. I had conquered like Australia and China. Well, China became puppeted and they conquered India. We controlled most of Southeast Asia, and Madagascar was moving into Africa, conquered South Africa. Oh, and I was ready to go after the United States with that Japan series. I was ready to launch a coup in Western United States, California, take over the Pacific states. Just like Man in the High Castle type scenario. If anyone, I don't know if anyone watches that series, I like that series. First season wasn't great, the second season was better, I think. And the third season is coming out soon. So I'm going to take some time and contemplate the Sri Lanka move. One more thing I want to do in this episode before it ends is look to, since India is now, that's Sri Lanka, 5th in GDP. I'm curious if I can move myself into the G7. I don't know if I can become a member of this or not, but I know that my economy is ahead of Italy's, France's, Canada's, and the United Kingdom. Russia's not in this, huh? Or not Russia. China's not in this. China's the second. So, let's see if I can apply to become a member. And I'm just curious about what the effects of that is. Impossible. Okay. Alright, G7 membership methods are restricted. Prime Minister, only organization members can propose vote to a new member. The G7 does not take into account external demands. The guy sent back the membership request. Okay, so that settles that issue. So I think that's a bit about it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I don't think I covered too much ground there, but there was some interesting developments for sure. The famine should be over, and there is a potential move against Sri Lanka here. And I am definitely moving my armed forces, redeploying some armed forces, as you can see. Zoom in here. Check out military redeployments. There's some Navy deployments, ships moving. Whoa, 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 whoa. Rebels, oh, because of the controlled immigration.
We are awaiting your
People do not like that move.
The rioters have taken.
You know what? I think I have a couple minutes left. People were not a fan of that. Temple of the New Buddha. Okay. Let's go on TV. And no, don't deploy soldiers. Let's bring in reinforcements. Reinforcements have been sent in. Indecisive television announcement. And for me... Alright, let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. And you go there. This should be over pretty quickly, I think. These guys did not move, and that locks it up. And there's the reinforcements. I wonder if that costs me money when I do that.
We have subdued the rebel movement. There's no more unrest in the city.
Alright, not a problem. That situation's solved. Immigration should be under control. Hopefully population will be somewhat under control. And hopefully the famine situation will end. And then we're going to consider a strike on Sri Lanka. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Again, you can support me on Patreon to get these videos pre-released on the weekends. And like the video if you did. Feel free to comment down below as always. Share with your friends and subscribe if you'd like to see more and you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next episode.